Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Big Donch podcast, episode 10 of our Sports World Weekly. Episode 10. Can't believe 10 episodes so far. I mean, it seems like I did a lot more. I don't even know why I'm acting like it's going by quick. But anyway, we're going to be talking some NFL, some NBA, some MLB, some fighting, like we always do every week. But I'm going to include some track and field since the Olympics are coming up in the next couple of weeks, which I'm definitely excited for. Obviously, the Olympics got postponed last summer because of COVID, and I'm a big track and field guy myself. I do run track and field in college, so yeah, definitely excited for the Olympics to watch. Now, we'll start off with the NFL like we always do. Obviously, not much news going on in the NFL world, with it being the off season. Can't wait for training camp to start up. Wonder how that's going to go, though, with COVID. I mean, nothing should really change, is what I'm trying to say. Hopefully nothing changes. Hopefully they get back to normal with this. But we'll see. But I had some topics I want to talk about today. I want to talk about Dak Prescott. Been in the news a lot lately with just, debates and is he going to win Comeback Player of the Year. He's definitely a favorite. I think a good Comeback Player of the Year candidate, though, would be Christian McCaffrey. He was the best running back in the league 2 years ago. Having 1,000 rushing and 1,000 receiving, which is insane by any running back. One of the best running back seasons of all time, underratedly. But yeah, that's my candidate for Comeback Player of the Year. But we're going to talk about Dak Prescott. Two-time Pro Bowler, 2016 Offensive Player of the Year. Look at his past year stats. Obviously had that terrible ankle injury. Don't want to see that happen to anybody, no matter what you think of the Cowboys or a player. Don't want to see that happen. But had a great start. 1,800 yards in just 5 games. That was insane. He was on pace to get close to 5,500 yards, even on the brink of 600. But 2019 threw for 4,900 yards with 30 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. Great season. And then 2018 made the Pro Bowl, 3,885 yards with 22 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. I mean, he had a better season in 2019 than he did in 2018, but he still made the Pro Bowl that year. Oh well. 2017 had an okay year, had basically a sophomore slump with 3,300 yards with 22 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. Not a terrible season, but not as good as his rookie season with 3,667 yards with 23 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Definitely played great his rookie year, being a second round draft pick? 4th round draft pick. Basically brought in just to sit behind Tony Romo for a couple years and then probably get released somewhere else. Tony Romo goes down, sadly, and then, Dak Prescott comes in and takes over the team. I remember that rookie year, the Cowboys were looking amazing. The record was 13-3, the regular season record. They beat my Pittsburgh Steelers at home. Definitely was hard to watch, but him and Zeke were fun to watch. They're not playing like that recently, but, even though I hate the Cowboys, the NFL is fun when Dak and Zeke are playing at their best. But my thoughts on Dak Prescott, a lot of people call him overrated, but recently people are calling him underrated. In my opinion, I think he is starting to become underrated. 2 years ago, though, if you would ask me who's better, Carson Wentz or Dak Prescott, I would have said Carson Wentz. I mean, you look at that 2017 season, had an MVP type season. But yeah, I would have said Carson Wentz is the better quarterback. Obviously, Carson Wentz is going downhill, but I hope to see him, do well in the Colts. But Dak Prescott basically has that title right now for, who's better, Carson Wentz or Dak Prescott. I'm giving it to Dak Prescott, but I think they're overpaying him though. I don't know what his salary is. Let's try to find it. I'm on Pro Football Reference. I love this website. Basically has everything, but let's try to see where could I find transactions. They assigned the franchise tag to him March 10, 2021, but it does not have the price, so that's that. But June 22nd, 2020, this was last year. He gave him a $31 million contract. That's a lot of money. He's like the top 5 richest athletes right now in the world. That's why I said that. He shouldn't be there, but that's what people sometimes call him, overrated. He's overpaid, basically, is what I'm trying to say. No matter how good he is, he's still overpaid. But yeah, I'm excited to see what he does this year, though. Coming back healthy. Could win Comeback Player of the Year. I'm not saying he can't. I would just like to see Christian McCaffrey just because I'm a big Christian McCaffrey guy, and obviously when he was in the league healthy, he was the best running back in the league. But, Going to be excited to see all these exciting players back, all these healthy players back. Also, a couple other healthy players coming back would be Bosa on the 49ers. I'm trying to think of some Steelers. Devin Bush, going to be a future Pro Bowler. I think so, for our linebacker crew for the Steelers. I'm sure I'm forgetting a lot of other injured players right now. Sorry if I am, but, I'm just excited for this year. We have a longer offseason. We're going to have a lot of healthier players. But that brings me to my next point, though. The thoughts on the Rams. And I say it's bringing me to my next point because we're seeing a new face in New Jersey, and that's Matthew Stafford. Spent plenty of years on the Lions, just getting disappointing, giving his heart out. Let's look at some Matthew Stafford highlights. Giving his heart to Detroit and, not trying to build around him. You had Matthew Stafford and Megatron on the same team, and what was it, no playoff wins? He has, in all of his career, he has about 11 seasons. Only 4 winning seasons out of his 11. Okay? And I don't even know how many playoff experiences he has. I think 2. I could be wrong. Only 1 Pro Bowl, though. And that was in 2014 when he had 4,200 yards with 22 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. But you look at his other seasons. His third season in the NFL, 2011, 5,000 yards with 41 touchdowns and 16 interceptions. Didn't even make the Pro Bowl that year. Had no clue why. Had a lot of other seasons on here where he played better than his Pro Bowl season but didn't make it. Matthew Stafford, though, one of my favorite quarterbacks. So underrated. So underrated. Hopefully you guys could see that. Just his third year in the league, threw for 5,000 yards. That's absolutely insane. Obviously, Evan Megatron helped, but, just insane what he could do. Excited to see him on the Rams this year. I really am. I think the Rams, need a player like Matthew Stafford. The Rams are underrated. They're young. They're a great defensive team with Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey playing for them. They have Cam Akers, who was a rookie running back last year, played pretty well. And they have Cooper Kupp on their team. Come on, now let's look at their roster. Let's look at their depth chart. Their wide receivers. Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, and Deshaun Jackson. Come on now, that's a great receiver crew. Great line, Andrew Whitworth, a great veteran. Brian Allen, Austin Corbett. Cam Akers, though, he's going to be a problem. And then on defense, they have Aaron Donald. They have Leonard Floyd, Jalen Ramsey, Jordan Fuller, Darius Williams. They're going to be a problem. And then Johnny Hekker, probably the best punter in the league. Love Johnny Hekker. But, yeah, hopefully you guys, understand where I'm coming from with Matthew Stafford and the Rams situation. They're going to be a good team. I don't know what the record was last year. I think they were second in the NFC West. They made playoffs, beat the Seahawks. I kind of had a feeling that they were going to beat the Seahawks that day. But yeah. And then, Jared Goff on the Lions. Going to be hard for him. He's in a tough spot, obviously. But I'm excited to see what he does, too. Hopefully, he proves the haters wrong. This is a chance to prove he's a good quarterback. But, he's in a tough situation. Lions are probably going to draft their quarterback next year, no matter how good Jared Goff plays. It's going to be hard. No matter who goes to Detroit, you're basically going to get screwed over because of the organization. But, they have a new head coach. I think they have a new GM. I could be wrong. They have a new head coach, new quarterback. Great first-round pick in Sewell. Hopefully I said his last name right. But, if anybody's going to be a Hall of Famer on that team or out of that draft, guaranteed, I'm going to say Sewell. Hopefully I said his name right, though. Anyway, that is the NFL all wrapped up. Love talking some NFL. We're going to switch over to some NBA. Hopefully you guys are sticking around, enjoying the podcast, the Big Donch podcast. Uploading it late at night. As I'm recording it right now, it is 9:20. Probably going to be uploading this around 10. But it's a podcast. You guys can listen to it whenever. It doesn't even matter what time I upload it. But the NBA Finals started. Phoenix Suns versus the Bucks. Game 1 happened yesterday. The Suns beat the Bucks. It was questionable, about Giannis coming back to play. If I were the coach, I would have sat him because it's just game 1. It's in Phoenix. I'm not saying obviously every game is important, but it's a hard game already. Trying to force Giannis in a situation like that, I think that was a bit, unnecessary. You didn't need to do that. They did play him. Played pretty decent. Almost had a triple-double. But they lost, though. They lost. They're playing Thursday, which is tomorrow, July 8th, at Phoenix again, 9 o'clock. That's going to be game 2. I think the Suns, though, they're in a great momentum. They're going. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, they're unstoppable right now. Giannis was unstoppable until he hurt his knee. Middleton, very inconsistent. I know he had a pretty good game yesterday, but he'll drop 30 in one game and then drop 15 in the next, drop 12 in the next, and lose. You know what I'm saying? So, the Bucks are very inconsistent. I'm rooting for both teams. I mean, I know this sounds weird. What I'm trying to say is I could care less who wins. I'm a Chris Paul fan. He's old, one of the best point guards of all time. I like to see him get a ring beforehand. Like Devin Booker, a young player. Trying to put the Suns on his back, along with Chris Paul, obviously. But then I also like Milwaukee. I like Giannis. I like Middleton. I like to see the Bucks win. So I'm fine either way. It's not like, this is the finals where I hate one team or I hate both teams. And if you hear those fireworks, sorry. It's July, what's the date? July 7th, and people are still lighting off fireworks. I don't complain. But, Game 2 tomorrow. Tune in. But, that covers the NBA. Obviously, not much besides the finals going on right now. So we're going to go to the MLB. A lot of MLB news for the Big Donch podcast today. This past Friday, I went to go see the Phillies play at Philadelphia. They played the Padres. Got to see Tatis, saw Machado, saw... I can't even pronounce his name. It begins with a C. He's like a first baseman, I'm pretty sure. Why can't I think of his name on the Padres? But anyway, saw them play the Phillies. Big Phillies fan. Saw some of my favorite players like Realmuto, Harper, Hoskins, McCutchen all play. That was actually the second time I saw McCutchen play. Pretty crazy. I saw him play when I was younger when the Phillies played the Pirates, when he was on the Pirates. And then also the second time I saw Harper play. I saw him in Pittsburgh a couple years ago when I saw the Pirates play the Phillies again, actually. But, saw them. Pretty fun. Brad Miller hit a walk-off ground rule double. The game was raining, too, so, we went into extra innings. Bit uncomfortable, but I had a good time with me and my friends. Saw the Phillies win. They're on a pretty hot streak right now, actually. Beating the Cubs, destroying the Cubs, actually, these past 2 games. I don't know if they're playing now. I guess I should know that as a Phillies fan. I didn't catch it quick. Let me see. The Phillies played today. I should know that. I worked all day, so I did not be able to catch up to it. They're playing now. I don't know why I wasn't on top of the scoreboard. All right, they're losing 5-0 right now, bottom of the third. Okay, I guess I shouldn't have seen that. But hey, still going on a pretty run. We're probably going to lose tonight. That's all right. But we're going to win the series with the Cubs. That's fine. We got to win the next 2 or 3 series we play. Try to have a nice hot streak going into the All-Star game. I know the All-Star game's coming up soon, but have a little hot streak coming in and out, and we have a chance. The Mets are struggling. They're losing 5-0 right now to Milwaukee, top of the 7th. The Braves and Nationals, that's a matchup. I think we're tied with them, or I think we're 1 game behind them, and we're only 3 or 4 games behind the Mets. But I'm happy as a Philly fan right now. I could be happier. But hey. It is what it is. Now, the MLB All-Star rosters. Let me look those up real quick. I should have had those prepared. MLB All-Star rosters. Mad, though, that Bryce Harper did not make it. But, obviously, some big names on the team is Ohtani, playing absolutely insane right now. He's my pick for the MVP of the American League. But let's read off the selected starters for the American League. At catcher, Salvador Perez. First base is Vlad Guerrero, one of the best hitters in the league right now. Then, second base, Marcus Semien. Hope I said that name right. And then number 3. Third base, Rafael Devers. And then, shortstop, Xander Bogaerts. Outfield, Mike Trout starting. Even though he's injured, starting. Listen, he's one of the best players in the league. Probably the best player in the league when healthy. Obviously, he's hurt. Probably going to get replaced. Sucks he was in the NL, which could got replaced by Bryce Harper, but it is what it is. Outfield, once again, Aaron Judge, then Teoscar Hernandez, and then Shohei Ohtani. Definitely excited, though, to see Ohtani. He's also playing pitcher and designated hitter. That's insane. Then some popular reserves are Joey Gallo, JD Martinez, Nelson Cruz, Matt Olson, Jose Ramirez, Jose Altuve, Jared Walsh. That's some names for the AL. And then some pitchers and relievers. We have Garrett Cole. Not playing too great this year, though. Shane Bieber. You have Lance Lynn. Then some relievers are Matt Barnes, Chapman, which is questionable, Liam Hendricks, and Gregory Soto. And now, the National League, where my Phillies are. Starting catcher is Buster Posey. First base is Freddie Freeman. Second base is Adam Frazier. Playing great for the Pirates. They'll probably trade him in 2-3 years though for a bag of chips. Third base, Nolan Arenado. And then shortstop is Fernando Tatis. Outfielders are Ronaldo Acuna Jr., Nick Castellanos, and then Jesse Winker. Then reserves are JT Realmuto, Chris Bryant. I'm just naming some popular ones. Jake Cronenworth. I think that's spelled wrong. Could be wrong. Eduardo Escobar, Trey Turner, Mookie Betts, Kyle Schwarber, Juan Soto, Chris Taylor. Some popular pitchers are Yu Darvish. Kind of saw him play. Obviously, he didn't start that game when I saw him for the Padres, but he made it. Jacob deGrom, probably going to be a Cy Young and MVP for the NL. Zach Wheeler, and then Brandon Woodruff, some popular names. And the relievers are Craig Kimbrel, Alex Reyes. That's the MLB All-Star roster. What is the home run derby? I know Ohtani's in it, and I know Joey Gallo just committed to it. I don't know who else though. Should have looked into that also. But anyway, that is the MLB report for today. We're gonna go into fighting now. McGregor versus Poirier playing this week. Let's see the times and where that's at. I mean, obviously times in UFC are different. It's supposed to start at 10 o'clock, T-Mobile Arena. That's in Las Vegas, ain't it? Yeah, it is. Las Vegas is just a great city for fights. Great betting, too. But the card is, obviously, the main event is McGregor versus Poirier. Co-main is Burns versus Thompson. And some other popular ones are O'Malley. Excited to see him fight again. He's an exciting fighter, 13-1 in record. But yeah, going to be a good card. Definitely tuning in. McGregor's locked in. I think he's going to destroy him. I wasn't that confident last time they fought. So, that's one thing why he lost. Not because I wasn't confident, but, I could say that now. Because, I didn't think he was going to win. I mean, it was basically a matchup between the two. McGregor obviously been too tied up in, drinking and money and stuff like that. So, Poirier was locked in. Poirier's going to be locked in again this week. But so is McGregor. McGregor got humbled. I think he's going to destroy him. I think it's going to be a fun fight. Going to be a good fight, but McGregor's going to, pull away with it. That is fighting. Now we're going to wrap up some track and field. First time talking track and field. Basically this whole time on this channel. But Sha'Carri Richardson, some big news. I'm just going to give you my thoughts on her. And then maybe I'll even get into some big names. Big names. Let's look at it. Big names in the Olympics this year. Let's see. Track. Let's see. Well, can't find anything right now. Won't even look into it. But let's talk about some Sha'Carri Richardson. Big news over the weekend. Getting banned for marijuana use. Let me just give you my thoughts real quick. So, obviously, her mother passed away. Sorry about that, obviously. Terrible situation for anybody to be in. But that was her reason why she, did that. Now, whether that's true or not, we don't know. I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to say it's true or not. I mean, I don't know. But you got to understand that she should have known better as an Olympic athlete. She's a grown woman, 21 years old, I'm pretty sure. She should have known at least the rules. I mean, even if you didn't know the rules, something like marijuana, if you wanted to do it, you should at least look into the rules because that's something that's obviously controversial and illegal in a lot of states and countries. But a lot of people are saying she should run, the rules are stupid. Listen, it doesn't matter if the rules are stupid or not. If the rules are set, they're set. And if you don't like them, you can't, just don't run in them. Or follow the rules and don't break the rules. I know a lot of people are trying to fight for her to run. A lot of people are saying the Olympics are stupid. A lot of people are trying to boycott the Olympics now. Listen, people got to realize the Olympics aren't just a USA thing. There's 100 other countries in the Olympics. All right? A lot of countries, marijuana is illegal. A lot of states in America, marijuana is still illegal. You got to know the rules. But she's a great young runner. She's going to be, in the Olympics again in the near future. Going to be a chance for her to win gold as well in the near future. But she learned her lesson, and that's just that. It's exciting to see her run. She's going to be back, though. She's going to be back going for gold again in the near future. But yeah, that's just what to get my thoughts. Rules are rules. Can't feel sorry for her. Yeah, you feel sorry that her mother passed away. I am sorry about that, and that sucks. But you can't feel sorry that she got banned from the Olympics. I mean, that's just how it is. You got to know when the rules are rules. If anybody else did the same thing, they'd get banned as well. So it is what it is. But yeah, that's going to wrap up the Big Donch podcast, episode 10 of our Sports World Weekly. Today we talked about some Dak Prescott. We talked about some Rams. Then we talked about some finals in the NBA. We talked about my Phillies and then discussed the MLB rosters. Then we talked about McGregor, big fight coming up this week, trying to get his redemption. And then some track and field in the Olympics with Shakari Richardson. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're on Spotify or Anchor, make sure to follow to stay tuned to Spotify, Anchor, and YouTube podcast weekly. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did though, leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll catch you guys next podcast. I'm out. Peace.